Gentlemen, what if I told you there's a hidden zone in your body, a strategic point that when activated for just 60 seconds daily can restore your circulation, your firmness, and that masculine vitality you thought you'd lost forever? Are you feeling like your performance isn't what it used to be? Waking up multiple times at night to go to the bathroom? Feeling like your confidence in the bedroom is gradually declining? Then you need to hear what I'm about to reveal right now. My name is Dr. Charles Bennett, a urologist with 30 years dedicated exclusively to male sexual health. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly where this anatomical gateway is located, known for centuries in Eastern medicine as the million-dollar point, how to activate it correctly, which natural oils enhance the results, and why modern science has finally confirmed what ancient practices already knew. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal a simple technique that doesn't require expensive medications, surgeries, or complicated devices. Just the correct knowledge that can transform your intimate health, your daily energy, and even your mental clarity. Let's begin right now. Why everything transforms after 50? I want to be completely, brutally honest with you, because you deserve the truth without sugarcoating. What happens in the male organism after reaching the age of 50 isn't some kind of cosmic punishment from the universe. And it certainly doesn't mean that your masculinity has vanished into thin air or disappeared completely. It's simply the natural consequence of specific physiological shifts and hormonal changes that virtually every gentleman encounters as they age. And here's the good news that most doctors won't tell you. These changes can absolutely be reversed, improved, and even eliminated if you know precisely where to take action and what techniques to apply consistently. The initial, most significant transformation involves the pelvic floor muscles, a complex network of tissues that most men have never even heard about. These crucial muscles control both your erectile response during arousal and your urination process throughout the day and night. Over the course of many years and decades, these muscles become paradoxically both tense and weak simultaneously, which sounds contradictory but is actually quite common. Imagine, if you will, an elastic band that's been stretched continuously for 20 or 30 years without rest. It appears rigid and stiff to the touch, yet it has completely lost its original ability to maintain proper tension and snap back into shape. This exact phenomenon, this precise deterioration, occurs inside your body in the pelvic region, and such muscular imbalance directly reduces erectile support, making it harder to achieve and maintain firmness. The second major transformation affects your blood vessels throughout the entire pelvic region and penile area. With advancing years and the natural aging process, these vessels progressively lose their youthful flexibility and elasticity, becoming narrower, more rigid, and less responsive. Since erectile rigidity depends directly, fundamentally, on rapid and powerful blood influx rushing into the erectile chambers, any degree of stiffness or blockage in these critical arteries will inevitably diminish hardness and reduce duration. This biological reality explains precisely why so many gentlemen notice and complain that firmness isn't what it used to be in their younger years, why they can't perform like they did at 30 or 40. The third critical element involves the intricate network of nerves in the entire pelvic region. Prolonged sitting at desks for hours daily, chronic poor posture from slouching, persistent stress that never seems to go away, or even old scar tissue from previous inflammation, infections, or injuries systematically compresses these incredibly delicate nerve pathways over time. When the electrical signals carrying sensations of pleasure and feelings of arousal to the brain become weakened or interrupted, your sexual response becomes noticeably sluggish, delayed, and far less intense than it should be. You might be thinking right now that this combination of multiple factors, progressively weakened muscles, increasingly hardened vessels, and severely compressed nerves, resembles a hopeless dead end, an irreversible situation with no solution. But I'm here to tell you that assessment is not accurate, not true at all. In reality, backed by both medical science and clinical experience, these symptoms are simply your organism's clear signals, obvious indicators that it desperately needs proper activation, improved circulation, and renewed, targeted stimulation. And this is precisely where that secret gateway I mentioned at the beginning comes into play, becomes absolutely crucial. This is a small, often overlooked hidden zone that's capable of unlocking rigid muscles, liberating compressed nerves, and dramatically improving blood delivery throughout the entire region. This anatomical point is where contemporary medical science beautifully intersects with ancient healing wisdom that's been practiced for thousands of years. In the next segment coming up, I'll reveal in complete detail what this gateway actually is, its precise anatomical location, and why, for many centuries across multiple cultures, it's been called the $1,000,000 point, the fountain of masculine vitality. Now that you clearly understand why everything shifts and changes after reaching 50, why your body doesn't respond the same way it did in your youth, I want to disclose something that is almost never ever discussed in standard medical offices during routine appointments. There exists one inconspicuous, often ignored zone in the male body, a region rarely mentioned by contemporary Western medicine in consultations, yet one that's remarkably capable of transforming circulation patterns, enhancing potency and performance, and even improving overall prostate wellness significantly. I'm referring specifically to the perineum, which in traditional Eastern healing traditions, particularly in Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic practices, is recognized and revered as the $1,000,000 gateway to masculine vitality. This critical zone is located precisely in the anatomical area between your scrotum and your rectum, a space that most men give absolutely no thought to throughout their entire lives. Many gentlemen live their entire existence, from birth to old age, without ever realizing this particular location's profound importance to their sexual health and overall well-being. But here's what's happening directly beneath this small strip of skin that you've been ignoring. The blood vessels absolutely essential for achieving and maintaining rigidity run through this area. The nerve pathways transmitting pleasure signals to your brain pass right through here, and even the internal root of the penis itself, which extends much deeper than most men realize, is anchored in this region. Above this zone sits your prostate gland, a walnut-sized organ playing an absolutely critical role in both sexual function and urogenital wellness. You could accurately say that this gateway, this perineal region, is the genuine crossroads, the central hub of all masculine vitality's essential pathways. When circulation slows down due to aging or lifestyle factors, blockage and stagnation accumulate precisely here in this area. When nerves get compressed from tension or poor posture, the pleasure signal gets lost, interrupted, or weakened right here. When muscles tense up from stress or lack of movement, the physical overload manifests most severely here in the pelvic floor. And here's what's most remarkable. What amazed me when I first learned this during my specialty training: by properly, correctly massaging the perineum using specific techniques, you stimulate all these different systems simultaneously in one efficient motion. It's genuinely like removing a tight cork that was suffocating your potency, blocking your natural masculine energy. Gentlemen who practice this daily habit, who've made it part of their routine, consistently describe sensations as if their entire organism, their whole body, begins flowing freely again, as though a powerful engine that had been sitting dormant was suddenly restarted and brought back to life. It's no coincidence whatsoever that ancient healing traditions across Asia, the Middle East, and other regions attributed such tremendous significance to this gateway, built entire practices around it. Today, contemporary medical science, through rigorous clinical studies and peer-reviewed research, confirms what ancient healers knew intuitively. Targeted perineal activation enhances blood delivery throughout the pelvic region, releases accumulated pelvic floor tension that builds up over years, improves nerve conductivity, so signals travel faster and stronger, and supports prostate wellness by reducing inflammation and congestion. And here's the best part that makes this so accessible. Every gentleman watching this video can perform this technique at home in complete privacy, without expensive devices, without prescription medications that have side effects, and without any medical risk whatsoever. You simply need to know and understand the proper technique, the correct method, which I'll demonstrate clearly in the next segment. On the following step, I'll explain in precise detail how to locate this gateway on your own body and teach you the correct massage method to perform this safely, comfortably, and most effectively for maximum results. Now that you know about the perineum's critical importance to your sexual health and overall vitality, we've reached the most practical, hands-on moment of this entire presentation. How to find and activate this gateway safely and effectively using simple techniques anyone can master. Imagine for a moment that I'm right there beside you, sitting in my office, guiding your hand exactly as I do with patients during private consultations when I teach them this technique. The perineum is positioned in the space between your scrotum and your rectum. In that area you probably never pay attention to. To find it accurately, simply place 2 fingers. Your index finger and middle finger work best on this section of skin between these 2 landmarks. It's a soft, slightly sensitive area, and frequently you'll feel a small depression, a subtle indentation if you press gently with moderate pressure. This depression is precisely the target zone, the exact spot we're looking for. The pressure you apply should be moderate and controlled, never excessive or painful. Imagine touching a perfectly ripe tomato sitting on your kitchen counter. You want to press firmly enough to feel the structure underneath, to know you're making contact, but without excessive force that could cause damage, bruising, or discomfort. This is the ideal measure we're seeking: effective stimulation without any discomfort or pain. Several different methods exist for performing this massage, and you can experiment to find which feels best for your body. First technique: make slow, deliberate circular motions clockwise for 30 full seconds, really taking your time. Then switch direction and go counterclockwise for another 30 seconds to complete 1 full minute. Second technique: gently press directly on the gateway for 5 seconds, hold that pressure, and then release completely, repeating this cycle like a rhythmic pump that's actively activating blood delivery to the region. Third technique: softly glide your fingers up and down along the perineum, as if you're awakening the zone, stimulating the tissues from different angles. The most crucial thing to understand, and I cannot emphasize this enough, brute force isn't required here. It's actually counterproductive. This is about gentle, steady, and mindful activation with intention and focus. If you feel mild warmth developing or subtle pulsation in this area during or after the massage, it means fresh blood has begun circulating again, flowing into tissues that were stagnant, and nerves are responding, waking up and transmitting signals. The entire practice takes just 1 single minute, 60 seconds. But if performed daily with consistency, it creates a powerful cumulative effect that builds over time. Improved blood supply throughout the day, pelvic floor muscle relaxation that reduces tension, and enhanced nerve response that makes you more sensitive to pleasure. Over time, over weeks and months of consistent practice, your organism literally relearns to respond as it did before, as it did in your younger years. And there's a method, a technique to make this massage even more comfortable and therapeutically effective. Using specialized botanical oils that amplify the outcome and add additional therapeutic properties through their chemical compounds. We'll discuss this important enhancement in the next segment coming up. Many gentlemen ask me during consultations, "Doctor Bennett, can I perform perineal massage using only my fingers without anything else, without any products?" Yes, absolutely. It's definitely possible to do this dry. But my clinical experience over 30 years, along with scientific research, clearly shows that using certain specific natural oils makes the outcome far more comfortable physically, and, most importantly, from a health perspective, significantly more powerful therapeutically. This enhancement happens because oils serve multiple functions, not only to reduce uncomfortable friction during the massage. They actually penetrate deep into tissues, deliver healing compounds directly to muscles and blood vessels, help improve microcirculation at the cellular level, reduce hidden inflammation you don't even know is there, and nourish both skin and nerve tissues. Among the most effective oils I've tested and recommended to patients, I'll highlight 3 that stand out. First, castor oil extracted from the castor bean plant. This oil is exceptionally rich in ricinoleic acid, a unique fatty acid that possesses strong anti-inflammatory properties and actively stimulates microcirculation in small blood vessels. Many gentlemen notice a mild, pleasant warming sensation within minutes after application. This warmth signals that blood has begun circulating again in areas that were stagnant. Second, cold-pressed coconut oil. This is an excellent option for men with more sensitive skin who might react to other oils. It's a completely natural antibacterial product, easily absorbed without leaving greasy residue, and contains medium-chain triglycerides and other substances known for promoting hormonal balance, particularly testosterone. Additionally, it moisturizes skin beautifully and provides a clean, pleasant aroma. Third, black seed oil, also called black cumin oil. This precious oil has been utilized for many centuries in traditional Middle Eastern healing practices. It contains thymoquinone, a powerful bioactive substance scientifically linked to improved blood delivery and even testosterone production support. It's more rare and expensive than the others, but extraordinarily effective for those willing to invest. And for those gentlemen wanting to amplify the outcome even further, to really maximize results, you can prepare custom blends with therapeutic essential oils. A few drops of peppermint essential oil activate circulation dramatically and create a cooling sensation. Rosemary essential oil stimulates nerve function and improves mental clarity. And sandalwood essential oil has long been associated throughout history with masculine strength and virility. The blending rule is straightforward and safe. Just 3 or 4 drops of essential oil per 1 tablespoon of carrier oil is sufficient. Never use essential oils undiluted directly on skin. When we combine the physical touch of massage with the healing properties of these botanical oils, their phytochemicals and active compounds, we transform one simple minute into a genuine masculine care ritual that addresses multiple issues simultaneously. This is the powerful combination of physical intervention and biochemical action working together, and the outcome typically becomes faster, more noticeable, and longer-lasting than massage alone. In the next segment, I'll clearly explain why this technique genuinely works, showing you the hard science behind something that appears so simple and natural. When someone first hears the claim that pressing one gateway for just 60 seconds daily can significantly change circulation patterns and potency levels, it might seem too straightforward, too good to be true. But when we understand exactly what happens inside the organism at the physiological level, everything becomes crystal clear and makes perfect sense. The initial, most immediate transformation concerns blood delivery to the entire pelvic region. Gentle, rhythmic touch applied to the perineum acts as a natural mechanical pump, physically pushing out stagnant, deoxygenated blood that's been sitting there and opening pathways for fresh, oxygen-rich blood flow to rush in. And erectile rigidity depends precisely, fundamentally, on this exchange. The faster and more intense the blood flow, the greater the hardness, and the longer the duration you can maintain it. The second outcome manifests in the nervous system. Over many years, nerve pathways become constricted, compressed due to chronic muscular tension, poor posture habits, and even previous inflammation from infections or injuries. Targeted perineal massage releases this accumulated pressure, decompresses the nerves, allowing electrical signals of pleasure and arousal to reach the brain with greater strength and clarity. It's exactly like cleaning a rusted wire that's been corroding for years, allowing electricity to begin flowing freely again at full capacity. The third impact occurs directly on the prostate gland itself. This vital organ sits directly above the perineum in close proximity. Improved circulation in this specific region helps reduce prostatic congestion that builds up, balance hormonal activity and secretions, and even diminish troublesome urogenital symptoms like frequent urination that so frequently trouble mature gentlemen, disrupting sleep and daily activities. The fourth aspect concerns the pelvic floor muscle group. These important muscles, often completely forgotten and ignored, become simultaneously rigid and weak over time, a paradox. Gentle, consistent activation helps them relax from tension, restore their original strength and tone, and better support both erectile rigidity and bladder regulation. And there's a fifth outcome that's equally important: activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's relaxation response. This is precisely the branch of your autonomic nervous system that controls relaxation, physical recovery, and sexual response. During perineal massage, your organism naturally reduces cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone, and enters a physiological state that's far more favorable for experiencing pleasure, feeling calmness, and achieving mental clarity. It's precisely the sum of all these elements working together: blood flow, nerve function, prostate health, muscle tone, and nervous system balance that explains scientifically why something seemingly simple can deliver such profound, life-changing results. And as with any health practice or therapeutic technique, the secret to success lies in understanding when and how frequently you should perform this for optimal results. We'll discuss this crucial timing aspect in the next segment. One of the most common questions I consistently hear in my office, asked by almost every patient, sounds like this: Dr. Bennett, what's the optimal time of day for performing this massage, and how frequently should it be repeated for best results? The answer is actually straightforward and simple. The secret lies in regularity and consistency, not intensity. Starting slowly typically proves the better choice for beginners. For the initial days, the first week, I recommend practicing every other day so your organism, your tissues, can adjust gradually without overdoing it. Within just 1 week, most gentlemen can comfortably incorporate this habit once daily without experiencing any discomfort, soreness, or issues. Time of day also matters significantly and can affect results. Morning, immediately after awakening. Testosterone levels in the male organism are naturally elevated first thing in the morning. It's your hormonal peak. Perineal activation at this specific moment amplifies and enhances the hormonal response and helps you feel more energized, focused, and vital throughout your entire day. Evening, before sleeping. Massage at this time helps relax the pelvic floor after a day of tension, reduce stress hormone levels that accumulated, and even improve sleep quality significantly. Many gentlemen note they begin waking with firmer morning rigidity, stronger morning erections after consistently incorporating this evening ritual for a few weeks. For those wanting even faster outcomes, more rapid improvement, 2 brief sessions work excellently. Morning and evening, bookending your day. But remember this crucial point, and don't make this mistake. Neither force nor duration matters most. 1 minute, performed correctly with proper technique every single day, is far more effective than lengthy and irregular attempts where you do 10 minutes one day, then nothing for a week. Another practical suggestion based on patient feedback: perform the practice several hours before anticipated intimacy. This interval of 2 to 3 hours prepares the organism optimally, primes the systems without causing fatigue in the region, and leaves both vascular and nervous systems in ideal condition for confident response when the moment arrives. The key mindset shift is perceiving this massage not as temporary treatment for a current problem, but as daily maintenance, ongoing preventive care, as habitual and routine as brushing teeth every morning. With consistency over months, the body learns and relearns to respond better, and outcomes become cumulative, building on themselves. We've reached the end of this important conversation, and I want you to remember to truly internalize one simple truth. You don't need to accept decline as destiny or surrender to aging. The male organism possesses remarkable, almost miraculous capabilities for regeneration and healing. And the perineum is living proof that just 1 minute daily, 60 seconds of focused attention, is sufficient to restore circulation, reclaim firmness, and revive vital energy that many men already considered permanently lost, gone forever. This small gesture, this simple practice, doesn't require expensive pharmaceutical medications with side effects or complicated medical devices. It requires only one thing from you: your decision, your commitment to care for your own body properly. The decision not to passively surrender your strength to age limitations, but to actively respond with action, awareness, and consistency day after day. I've personally witnessed and treated gentlemen at 60, 70, and even 80 years of age who successfully reclaimed not only firmer rigidity and better performance, but also renewed confidence, increased vitality, and genuine joy in life. Because when intimate wellness improves significantly, everything around you transforms. Your mood stabilizes, your sleep deepens, your productivity increases, and even your relationships with those nearby, your partner especially, improve dramatically. Now, the choice, the power is in your hands, literally in your own hands. You can ignore this opportunity, dismiss it, and continue waiting passively for quick solutions, magic pills that don't address the problem's root cause. Or you can take control into your own hands and apply this straightforward practice that has already transformed so many gentlemen's lives across the world. And if this material proved valuable to you, if you found this information helpful, don't keep it to yourself selfishly. Share it with other gentlemen who equally deserve to reclaim dignity, strength, and confidence that there's still abundant life ahead, many good years remaining. Perhaps this message is exactly what your friend, your brother, or even your neighbor needs to hear today. Power resides in knowledge, and now you already know the pathway forward. Important medical notice: this content is for general knowledge and educational purposes only. It does not replace evaluation by a specialized professional. If you have doubts, questions, or symptoms, please consult your specialist physician.